Everybody, we're here for another session of Mythras. We're doing the Meeros Doomed adventure. This is session 2. Check out session 1 if you want to catch up. Do you want to say anything before we start?
No. Oh yes, I do. Listen at 2 times speed. Last time I said that at the end, like an idiot. Uh, I speak slowly, and so does pretty much everyone else. Actual plays are boring, so try to get this one as fast as possible.
Yes. And I'm definitely a slow speaker too, so. All right.
In fact, install a extension so you can listen at 3 times speed. Without further ado, let's get into it. Kopesh is bustling, as it's known to be not as big a port as Meeros, but there are citizens going to and fro in the city square. Everyone from senatorial, aristocratic looking gentlemen to seedy street urchins. A nice mix.
I scratch my neck, look back at the ship, and then look ahead of me and walk into the city. I look around, thinking to myself, how am I going to find Kara amongst all this? And I walk up to the closest merchant or worker, and I say to him, "Excuse me, sir. Um, do you know the directions to the temple?"
Merchant looks at you, uh, puts a couple things away where there needed to be places, and he looks at you. Oh, the temple. Which temple are you looking for? Uh, he looks you up and down. Are you looking for the Temple of Meeros? Um, Mythras.
Yes, that would be the one.
Like, ah, yes. Well, it figures. That's really the only temple around here that gets any traffic nowadays. If you just cross the market square, uh, down the road, it'll be the first one on your left.
Market Square down the road, first on the left. Okay, thank you, sir.
No
And I
problem. But before you go, would you like to look at my wares? He points to his questionable fresh meat.
I turn back. Um, I just ate, but thank you.
He
And I
laughs.
start.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. See you around. Tell your friends about me.
I chuckle and I just walk in those directions he gave me.
It's about 10 a.m. The sun is in the sky, and the Temple of Mythras shines just a little bit brighter than the surrounding buildings. It's this temple is a humble temple. It's very small. There's only one entrance at the front. Definitely nothing like the temple in Meeros.
Hmm. I admire it for a moment and go up to the front door and open it. Walk in.
Inside the temple, there is a small covered area around an open garden with a small statue of Mythras. The garden is very lush with green grass and some small flowers, and Kara is kneeling down at the statue, um, the praying to the statue.
I look, watch, remembering my friend that I made a month ago, and I wait for her to finish her prayer. Just leaning against the wall, twiddling my thumbs.
You wait for a minute or two, but she still keeps praying. She doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon.
I look around. Let's look around the temple. I look for a place to sit, if any. Just admire the beauty of the temple. And I sit down and I begin to pray as well to my Mythras, asking for guidance, wondering what in the world is all the meaning of what's been going on. What good can come from this?
Make an insight roll.
Success. I think to myself, I don't know, maybe there is some kind of plan going on here with my Mythras. I don't know, maybe Kara has some kind of explanation. I'm going to stay faithful for now. And I meditate on that,
While you
checking
meditate,
over my shoulder every once in a while to see if she gets up.
while you look over your shoulder at Kara praying, two mercenaries walk into the shrine carrying a small ram. They step softly and make sure to keep the ram under control. As they look at Kara, there's a satisfied look on their face. They continue walking in, and they approach Kara and ask her, and they say, "Priestess, we've come with this ram. We hope that you will sacrifice it for us in order to give our regiment Mythras' favor in the coming days."
All right. Um, I looked over my shoulder and I missed what happened there. Must have been the Wi-Fi or something.
Oh, okay. Um, two mercenaries came in holding a ram, and they approached Kara and asked her to sacrifice it so that they may have Mythras' favor in their regiment.
Okay, I watch on.
She gladly takes the ram and places it upon the altar and draws a ceremonial blade. She instructs the mercenaries to join her in a ceremonial prayer, and at the crescendo of the prayer, she slits the ram's neck and tears down its gut and lets the blood flow over the altar. At which point, she grabs a torch nearby and sets it aflame. All three raise their hands and praise Mythras.
I stay seated, the crinkling my nose a little bit, the smell of the blood. Wait for them to finish the ceremony.
After the ceremony is complete, the two mercenaries thank Kara and decide to wait around in the temple while they appreciate Mythras and meditate. Kara, after finishing the ceremony, notices you on the bench and approaches you.
I stand up. Kara, I was just about to say hello. Good to see you.
Lucius, it's good to see you too. I'm surprised to see you here in Kopesh. I thought you were stationed in Meeros.
Well, I'm on a bit of a leave, you might say, for now. Uh, so are you staying here? As I haven't seen you.
She breathes in and holds in half her breath before saying, I've actually fled from Meeros. You see, it's good to see you. It's good to see a friend because I I believe the queen is being deceived, and that Meeros told me I needed to leave the city.
I
Myceris.
I interject with a bit of a lowered voice. Maybe this is something we could discuss where no one's around. Um, like you don't think you have enemies here, do you?
She looks around at the mercenaries and the empty shrine. She says, well, definitely not here, but in Kopesh, I mean, the queen's hand extends far beyond the city of Meeros, so
I see. Well, here, sit down with me then. I sit down.
she sits down with you.
I turn to her. So, what is the queen saying about you exactly?
Lucius, I haven't been entirely honest with you. The earthquake that ravaged the city 2 months ago, that was Myceris doing, but I'm the one who, I mean, I asked him to save my sister, and that's the way he did it.
But you didn't ask him to do it that way.
Oh, Myceris, no, of course not. I, although I'm not sure what I expected. We have a very strong god, but not very subtle.
Not subtle at all. The source of many headaches, at least. I
She
don't know.
leans forward. I don't know how many headaches he causes himself, but he is a he is a good god to follow.
Right, of course. Hey, I've just barely gotten off the ship. Haven't even found a place to stay yet. Do you want to, I don't know, go have a meal or something? I don't really have much on me. Maybe we could find a street vendor.
She straightens out her robe. That sounds nice, Lucius, but I have to stay here at the shrine until nightfall. I I have to be here to offer sacrifices, you see. At this point, the mercenaries begin to filter out, done meditating on the sacrifice.
I, uh, I say, well, okay, that's fine. But I stand up and make room for her to walk by if she needs to. Kara, if there's anything else about the queen that I should know, or if she said anything else about you, it would be important that I know.
She looks at you inquisitively. I'm not sure what you've heard, but I mean, other than my suspicions and my serious guidance, I have nothing against the queen.
Hmm. I'm just wondering how she even arrived at this kind of information. You know what I mean? How
She
did she know that this was that you prayed for this?
tilts her head and thinks for a moment. Uh, I mean, I wasn't the only one there that day. There was many other priests and priestesses around. One of them must have told her.
I see.
She steps backwards just half a step before saying in an inquisitive tone, Lucius, why did you say you were here in Kopesh again?
I tell her, oh, I'm on leave. Um, that's actually the end of my leave. Probably only about a week here. But after all of that business with the earthquake and Anathame, I guess you know,
Go ahead and make
guess
a deceit roll.
guess the Meeros Legion thought I deserved a break, and the Queen.
Success. Did you succeed?
Success. Success.
All right. She succeeds with a 74. Interesting. Kopesh is not necessarily the first place I would put on my list of places to visit on leave. Are are you sure that's why you're here?
Well, I tried to feign embarrassment. Well, Kara, um, to be honest, I heard that you were here, and I thought it would be nice to see you.
She blushes a little bit as she steps back further into the grassy meadow in the garden, into the open sunlight of the shrine. Uh, that, that's very flattering, Lucius. But I neither here nor there. I'm going to need to stay here in the shrine.
Of course. I'll leave you to it then.
She bows to you. Thank you, and maybe later on we can talk.
Okay. Um, as I said, I don't have a place yet, so I'll drop by here tomorrow. And I give a bow and turn away and walk out the temple.
Outside the temple, there is a group of mercenaries uh, cheering on the two mercenaries who went into the temple and sacrificed. They're cheering their good fortune that will inevitably come from Mythras watching over them. The market square is even busier than before. The uh, the sun is about midway in the sky. It's a clear day.
I uh, scuffle around to one of the people cheering, nudging. Hey, who are those two men there?
He looks at you. Oh, those are those two guys are part of our regiment. They just went and sacrificed to Mythras, and I wouldn't have even thought about it. That's such a great idea. It's really nice knowing you have a god on your side.
Yes, that's true. My Sirius will certainly do work for you. I kind of look at the two mercenaries for a second. Huh. And I turn away. Um, and then I stop myself, turn back to that same man. Oh, actually, do you know where a man can get an apartment around here?
An apartment, you say? He strokes his chin. Well, I know that we're we're holed up in the Leaky Flagon, but that's just the temporary abode. If you're looking for an apartment, you'd have to speak with one of the locals.
You know what? Leaky Flagon might be just fine. Could you point me in that direction?
He grins. Oh yeah, no problem. It's just towards if you follow the road back to the port, it's right there, just a little bit ways down from the entrance to the city.
All right. I put my hand on his shoulder. Thank you. And I head off toward the leaky flagon, squeezing through people on the way.
The mercenary calls out, "Hey, no problem. Maybe we can get a drink tonight." Um, make a um insight roll.
Failure.
When you make your way to the flagon, sorry, the the leaky flagon, they the barkeep welcomes you in, says, "Hello, welcome to the leaky flagon. How can I help you today?"
It says, I could use just a bottle of whatever the cheapest thing you have, and maybe some bread or something. I don't care. But really, I need a room. I'll be staying
A meal in a room? Not a
maybe,
problem.
yeah. Let's just say one night for now. If we can go night by night.
He looks at you and turns around to grab some things from the cabinet. Oh, yes, night by night is fine. Luckily for you, we're having a deal. You can get a meal and a room for only 1 silver piece.
That sounds fair enough. I reach into my bag, pull out a piece.
You don't have your coin purse anymore.
I feel around. Did you? I look to the guy. Did you see anyone around here? I'm I'm looking for my coin purse. Do you see someone?
He looks around the empty bar and says, "Well, I can't say that I have." Uh,
I slam my fist on the bar and then just run out. I go outside the bar and look around.
There's a normal hustle and bustle of sailors and merchants going to and fro along the port.
Oh, that man is probably long gone by now. What am I? I think to myself, what am I gonna do? I lean against the side of the bar, the leaky flagon. I
Uh,
look around in my pack. Let's see. Looking around for something to sell.
while
Hmm.
you're searching your pack, the barkeep's voice calls out to you, "Sir, are you okay out there?"
Uh, it would appear I've been pickpocketed. I'm just, I keep rustling through my bag.
The barkeep comes to the entranceway and looks at you up and down. Man, I'm so sorry to hear that. Unfortunately, it's all too common a story here in Kopesh. Um, I I'd be willing to let you uh stay the night and even give you the meal for free, at least for now, until you can pay me back.
I mull it over for a second. I'd, I'd be mighty thankful. I get to my feet and give him a handshake. I truly appreciate that.
He shakes your hand firmly. Oh, it's like I said, it's all too common a tale, and I'm a softie. Uh, what's your name?
Lucius, and you,
Nice to meet you, Lucius. I'm Brant.
Brant. Nice to meet you as well. Uh, I open the door into the leaky flagon. Um, again, whatever's cheapest is fine.
He laughs. He's like, "Well, you better believe I'm giving you the cheapest stuff now." He
Let
goes
out a heart laugh.
he goes to the cabinet and grabs a bottle and some bread and tells you, "Go ahead, take a seat anywhere you like."
I sit in the corner close to the front door, looking around, keeping an eye on the whole bar.
He approaches your table and takes a seat. He's brought 2 cups and 2 plates of bread. He says, "Right now, honestly, it's pretty quiet time during the day. Most of the business comes later in the night. Would you mind if I share a meal with you?"
You know, I think that might be needed. I'd be fine with that.
He grabs his cup. He looks at you and says, "Well, sorry you lost your money, but we can make a toast to something. What should we toast for?"
Uh, toast to Mythras. I lift my cup.
He smirks. "To my serious," and he toasts your cup.
I drink, taste a sip, I pucker for a second and try to hide my expression.
He
I go for a second one and just try to swallow quickly.
he chuckles a little bit. He says, I did say I'd give you the cheap stuff," and then he just gulps down his cup. Ah, mine's a lot better though.
Brant, bro. Uh, all right. Well, as long as it does what it's supposed to do, and I chug down the rest of it at once, slam it down. Ah, that's better. I think. I don't
He
know.
Brant looks you in the eyes. He says, "I couldn't notice. That cloak of yours is covering some recognizable armor, I'll say. What brings you here to Kopesh?"
Oh, it's a official business from Meeros. I can't really talk about it.
He leans back in his chair with bread in one hand and his other hand behind his head, kicks his feet up on the table. All right, I don't want to pry, but as long as I get my silver, I'm okay with it."
You'll get your silver, Brant. I lean back as well. I
Yeah.
could use some guidance, though, Brant.
He looks at you with
Like,
a raised eyebrow.
uh, if you had to go with supporting your family, your god, your queen, or your friend, who comes first?
Takes a bite of his bread and thinks for a little bit and swallows and says, "I can't choose my store?"
I guess you could choose your store. Finally take a bite of bread as well.
If I really had to make a choice, as much as I like to think myself a religious man, I'd probably have to I'd probably have to choose my family, although I haven't seen them in quite some time.
Really, what's the story on that, Brant?
Well, uh, my wife and my son, they're about a 3-week journey from here. We wanted to move closer to Meeros, but we couldn't afford travel for all 3 of us, so I came ahead and got pretty lucky here opening this bar. Um, but when I sent money and word back for them, they were they were gone. Apparently, the Doshi warlords had raided our village, and they haven't been seen from since.
Wow. You have no clues as to their whereabouts at all?
He lets out a deep sigh. Honestly, even if I did, I wouldn't know the first thing to do with them. Uh, I can only hope that since they weren't anywhere among the dead, that they were captured and taken somewhere to the north.
I see. You know, there's at least one thing about the Bidoshi that's good.
He looks at you with a scrunched brow. Really?
If they wrong you, you can just kill them. Simple. Don't have to think about it.
He lets out a hearty laugh. He's like, "Ah, that's right, that's right. If you ever see some of those," he looks at your under your cloak at your armor, "you make sure to knock a couple heads for me and my family."
I will for you and for yours. Of course, my mission is, well, it's not up north right now, but I'll make a concerted effort to, uh, I'll try to be up there, Brent, sometime.
Brant finishes the rest of his bread and gulps down the rest of his wine. Looks at you and says, "Well, since it's for free," he puts them towards you on the table. "You can do the dishes." Then he stands up and walks away. Oh, oh, there you are.
Yeah, sorry. Um, I said, my mission's not there right now, but I'll make a concerned effort to try and go up north in the future. Maybe we can start an expedition up there. We'll see, Brent.
Brant finishes his loaf of bread and swigs down the rest of his wine, then pushes the tray with the dishes towards you. "Well, since it's free, you can at least do the dishes."
Fair enough.
He stands up and goes back behind the counter. "You're welcome to the room. It's up the stairs, and it's the first door on your right." He takes a key out from under the counter. "This will get you into your room."
I take the key. Thank you again. Take one last bite of my bread. Grab the dishes. Put the key in my pocket. And I ask him, is it back here? Can I wash these back here? Point around the corner.
"Oh yeah, yeah, just back there."
Oh, okay, okay. All right. I grab the cups, head back there, start washing, thinking to myself how funny it looks for a soldier to be washing dishes back here with the other cooks. I put them on the drying rack and then come back out. And I look around for Brent. Oh, I didn't ask him where my room is. I guess I'll find it. I look on the key, see if there's a mark on it.
There's one tally on the key.
Maybe it's room one. I go to the back of the leaky flagon, find some stairs, go up the steps, and look down the hallway once I get to the top. Maybe
There's
there's a room with one tally.
there's 5 rooms on your right side, and they go from 1 to 5 tallies.
Ah, here we are. I go down to the room marked with one, put in the key, give it a jiggle, open the door and walk in. close the door, lock it, sit down and decompress. Sit down on the bed, and I say out loud to myself, Lucius, you blew it. Pretty sure I already blew it. She knows. There's no way she doesn't know. And I think about what I should do, weighing my family against Kara, everything. And then I get up, grip my sword, open the door again, lock it behind me, and I exit the leaky flagon.
The sun is beginning to descend in the sky, but there's still plenty of hours left in the day. There's a ship that's far off in the bay that's approaching. Uh, the hustle and bustle of the port has not died down whatsoever.
I make my way back to the temple, squeezing past vendors and merchants.
The temple is still empty, but Kara's remaining, still praying at the shrine.
I call out, Kara, Kara, and I just stand there waiting for her.
She flinches and then stands up from her kneeling, praying position and turns around. Lucius, you're early.
Yes, well, I have something to tell you. And I approach a little bit closer.
She's in the grassy meadow, all the way pressed up against the shrine's altar, where she sacrificed the ram. The altar now is cleaned with no blood remaining.
I pull out my sword and take a step closer. I whisper, Kara, you have to leave Kopesh.
She looks at you startled. Lucius, what are you doing?
I whisper, I was sent by the queen to kill you. I approach again, so we have to make this look good.
She turns around and reaches for the shrine's statue, and when she touches it, a bright light flashes.
I cover my eyes. Oh,
Once the light dissipates, in Kara's position now stands a uh, pure white heifer, young and unmoving.
Kara, is that you? Can you still understand me?
Its eyes look into yours. Its jaw smacks. Mrrr.
I still have my sword out, but I put it to my side, kind of away from me. And I get closer and put my hand on the heifer, look at its face.
It shakes its head, snorts, and lays down in the meadow.
I kneel down I say, this is going to hurt, but it has to look real when people see you. Okay? And then after that, you can run away. I'll tell the queen that I couldn't find you. Okay? I bring the sword close to her. And I press it against her flank, her foreleg, and make a shallow cut.
The white heifer reels back and flinches. Down.
I go back and make a cut on each of her legs.
The blood from the white heifer falls on the grass, and the sun begins to shine. The strength of the light begins to intensify. And a spear of sunlight falls from the sky, coming towards you, Lucius.
I look up. What is this? And kind of scramble back, drop my sword.
Make an evasion roll.
Success. I crawl back.
Where you once stood, a large crater appears as the spear of sunlight crashes into the ground. Explosion echoes through the city, and smoke billows as the grass in the meadow begins to burn. The white heifer is still there by the altar.
Oh my god. Oh. I scramble, grab my sword, sheathe it. Oh. And I run out the front of the temple.
Outside the temple, everyone is in the once raucous market square. Everyone is looking at the temple in bewilderment. The different groups of mercenaries lock eyes with you as you walk outside.
I freeze.
Shout from the crowd. Oi! What'd you do to the temple?
I stand there.
The crowd, stunned at first, begins to rush towards you in the temple in a chaotic stampede.
Wait, it's not safe to go in. I would have my back against the door. And I'm fumbling at the handle.
Make a hard oratory check roll. Or orate. If you don't have it, make a formidable influence roll.
Okay. Okay. Failure.
A group of mercenaries crashes into you as they're trying to rush into the temple to see what's going on. Um,
Oh, wait.
you take 1 damage. Sorry. Yeah, 1 damage as they knock you around. 1 damage to every hit location.
Oh, wait. I'll open the door. I scramble and try to find the knob and twist it.
The door opens and you and the mercenaries spill through as the meadow is still aflame, but the white heifer does not burn.
I fall onto the floor as I go through. Wait, look. It's a miracle. My Cirrus.
One of the mercenaries looks at you and is like, "The hell you mean a miracle? The shrine's burning!" And he directs the other mercenaries, "Quick! Save the heifer! Get it out of the fire!"
I scramble back to my feet in bewilderment, watching them uselessly.
The a couple mercenaries yell for the crowd to bring water to put out the fire, and a couple other mercenaries use their cloaks to dampen the flame so they can lead the heifer out onto the stone where it's not burning anymore. And the heifer looks straight at you with its dark black eyes piercing into yours.
I gulp and I say, look, the heifer does not burn. I approach a stop at the edge of the sunlight pouring through.
The mercenaries look at it, the heifer, and they look at you. This heifer is so white. It must be blessed by my Cirrus. That's why it doesn't burn. They look at you. He
Of
calls
course.
to some of the other mercenaries. Quick! Seize that man!
What? Why? No. I pull out my sword.
uh, Two mercenaries step towards you and pull out um, their weapons as well. They have their short spears pointed at you. It's like, what do you mean, why? You're burning the temple!
I didn't burn it. I was a witness to whatever my Cirrus is doing.
They look at
I
you.
take a step back.
Make a uh, influence roll.
Failure.
Well, if it's my serious will to burn his own temple, that's news to me, one of them says. The other one steps closer to you and is like, you'll come quietly if you know what's good for you.
I take a look at the slashes on the heifer and the blood on my own sword. I just exposed. My eyes start back and forth, and I make a break for the door.
Uh, Make a Herculean evasion roll to get by the crowd.
Failure.
The crowd of mercenaries uh, grabs you um, as you try to make your way for the door, and they try to take away your weapons to take you into custody.
I'm surrounded on all sides. I let go of my sword. they just completely take control of me.
They take you to the city guard for you to be tried for your insolent crimes. I think this is a good stopping point.
That's good.
What do you think?
I think campaign's about to be over.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Let's see.
I will say this is not at all how I expected things to go. I'm having fun.
Oh yeah. I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, this is probably not how the module expects it to go at all.
Who cares about what the module says?
Yeah, I'd almost say if you do what the module says, it's wrong. You know,
I mean, if things go the module's way.
yeah.
Do you feel like you
But
have? Sorry, go ahead.
I know that Lucius is making, kind of bad decisions, but it's the result of those conflicting ideals, kind of ruining everything.
Yeah, you said that, or you told Kara that you were supposed to kill her, and you had to make it look convincing.
Yeah,
Was that a
I saw
lie,
you.
or is that? I'm confused.
So Lucius decided that he's gonna try and make it look like that he's actually doing his mission, but he does want her to get away.
So the mission, just to be clear, is to bring Kara to the queen, not to kill her.
Kind of forgot about that.
Okay, I was wondering whether you forgot or it was.
Yeah, I did forget.
That's hilarious.
But I mean, it could still work because I'm trying
Yeah,
to make it look like there was a struggle. Like
exactly.
put some blood on her.
Exactly. Make
And
it
it
like, oh
was
yeah, we
all
tried to bring her in, and she struggled, and she escaped. That's fine. Did you feel like your agency as a player was well taken care of in this session?
What do you mean by well taken care of?
Like, do you feel like you were inhibited at all as a like not the character Lucius, but as a player?
No. I think maybe the sun spear or whatever it's called might. I feel like you went easy on me on that.
No, admit you. That's actually I don't know if that's how that's supposed to work. I know you're supposed to get a resistance roll.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Because I was thinking, isn't it gonna be like half damage or something?
I don't think
But
so.
no, I
I don't
must have been
remember the
thinking.
rules, so I didn't look it up. I was like, yeah, it missed. I'm pretty sure though that it would not. Let's look it up the rule now. That's what after the session is for. Um,
Right.
so the sun
I
spear.
must have been.
Let's see. If not evaded, the scorching light will burn you. Yeah, if you evade, you just evade it. This isn't in D&D.
Oh, okay. It
Uh,
wasn't like a. Yeah.
but yeah,
Okay.
you were going to die
Oh yeah.
because if that had hit you, that
Like,
would have done what it was it like 18 damage to every location.
yeah. If I didn't evade, I would be a stain on the ground.
Yeah, that would have been a hilarious ending to the
That would have been so funny, actually.
touches
Like, okay,
cow.
be careful. Just anytime you're role playing and you see a cow, you're like,
Every cow from now on has a lightning bolt scar on it.
every cow knows Sunspear.
Yeah. The funny thing is the module expects certain things, and the Sun Spear is in the module. All right. But the way you reached that I guess situation was completely different than what the module expected.
Oh, I am imagining it's something like I rescue Kara, but then like people try to stop me, and I don't know.
I'm not sure what rescuing you're doing, but sure.
No, I'm just trying to guess what the module is expecting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I
I
don't know.
asked for a lot more rolls this time. Did you feel they were warranted or they were not?
Yeah, they all worked. Yep.
I will call myself out. I asked for insight when I should have asked for perception because I completely forgot perception was a skill because I hate it.
Babies.
Um,
That's fine.
I'm not sure it would have made a difference. What's your perception skill versus your insight skill?
Perception 30, insight 37.
Okay, so it wouldn't have mattered. You would have failed it either way. But yeah, sorry
But
for your money getting stolen.
that was funny. Like, oh.
Did you feel like? How did you feel when I told you, yeah, your money's gone?
I was like, oh shoot, that makes sense. It was that guy out there. Frick.
Uh, yeah.
But I mean, that makes sense. We're in a bustling merchant area. Of course it happened.
Do you
I
think?
was thinking, I was
Sorry,
like,
go ahead.
oh, do I have, what does it say? Benefits of the Meeros Legion, access to barracks/armory. So I was thinking, oh, I wonder if we have barracks in this city as well. I don't know.
Yeah, you could probably find some place to stay.
Yeah. So I could have done that, but either way.
You're also kind of on a mission that's sort of secretive, so maybe it's better not to. Whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't write any
But
notes about like my questions. I don't have that much to talk about at the end here.
yeah, I don't have much to say either. It
I
does kind of make you want to. I like uh, talking to Brant, learning that his family was taken. I'm like, oh, if I complete this mission, I could like go after the Bidoshi later.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
More or less, assuming we even played that long, but
yeah. I will say I think maybe tell me how you feel about this, but I feel like Lucius is a bit passive in terms of like I don't mind it. I'm having fun, but what do you think about like cuz you go to the temple and you're like, "All right, I'm going to wait for Kara to finish praying. All right, she's still praying. I'm going to pray too. All right."
Mhm.
I don't know. It's that's what Lucius would do. That's fine. It's just I was not expecting Lucius to be so passive.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, yeah, that's what he would do.
Cool. I'm having
He's just
fun.
like she's praying, so he's just respecting her until she finishes.
Hmm.
He's kind of thinking, I'm going to kill this woman, so I'll at least let her finish her prayer first.
What
And
did
if he did it, he would have been in a better spot, maybe.
um
Maybe not.
I one thing I did want to say is I think it would be better if you anchored yourself more because a lot of time,
Oh,
especially once you were like already in a location, you didn't anchor yourself as much. I tried to because sometimes it's kind of annoying to anchor yourself every single time you speak, especially in a one-on-one. But every like second
mhm.
or third time of speaking, I try to anchor myself somehow. I don't know if you noticed that, but I noticed for a couple
I
times
did.
series, I'm like, Lucius is talking to me like an Oblivion character and not the remaster. He's looking at me like this. Have you heard about the city guard?
Have you heard about the cult of Mythras? Now I want to make Lucius in Oblivion.
That would be funny. Yeah, yeah, that'd be cool. Wouldn't make any sense, but yeah.
Nope.
What about for me? Did you have any critiques for me as the GMing?
I don't think I did.
How am I supposed to
Um,
get better if you don't trash talk me after these sessions?
I'm trying to think. Uh, hmm, I don't know.
Were there any
I'm
times
trying to
during?
think.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm trying to think. This is something Rick and I were talking about when we played. It was just me and him one on one, and he
Mm,
was telling me after try to do one action at a time because I would like say probably a few things, and I
mm.
think that's because we're used to doing it this way. Like I'm not waiting on other players to go. So I think the way we're doing it is working fine for us.
Yeah,
But what do you think?
I
It's not like I do like say I'm at. It's not like I start at the bar and say, okay, I go to the temple and I'm right there, like 10 actions or 5 actions at once. I don't do that.
Yeah, the way I kind of see it is like if I'm GMing for you and like three other players, right? Then I won't talk for a while. Like you'll take a turn, and then Bobby will take a turn, and then Timmy will take a turn, right? But in a one-on-one space, then you're taking a turn, and then when Bobby would take a turn, then you just take another turn, and then when Timmy would take a turn, you just take another turn. Um,
Yeah,
like me as a GM, I'm not taking my turn because there's nothing for me to say. Like there's nothing like when you were going up to your
yeah,
bedroom and you were doing like, thinking on things and you were washing the dishes. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like the dishes are difficult to wash, but you finally get the grime out of them. Like I don't
yeah,
just you can
yeah.
narrate, if something happens, I will narrate like, but that's specifically for like
I
one-on-one, I think.
I feel the exact same way. That's how I GM it too. I just want to make sure,
Yeah. If you
like,
if you were
I don't know.
taking like if you were taking too many turns where I would have taken a turn in between, then yeah, that's definitely something where it's like, hey, calm down a little bit. But I think so far, at
Yeah.
least, we've had a good back and forth. I was wondering, oh goodness, I've lost it. That's all right. I thought of another thing. When there was like a whole crowd of um, both outside the temple and inside the temple, it was a difficult situation. So I tried to model that by still asking for you to make rolls, just making them very difficult in terms of like the difficulty modifiers. Do you think that was the right choice, or do you just feel like, well, this is you just narrate me getting captured, or like,
Um, I think I think that's fine. I think you probably could have gone just like now they capture you. Well, yeah. If there's like 10 guys in front of me, yeah, they capture me.
I mean, who knows if you rolled
uh,
that critical evasion,
yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. You're
it could happen. I don't know.
right.
I
I think
was
I was. I don't know if it was my fault not picking up everything, but I wasn't sure how big the crowd was, and I didn't pick up on the fact that the crowd was like mercenaries. I thought it was like a couple mercenaries in the crowd.
Yeah, they weren't all mercenaries, but there was definitely like a pretty good amount. Which
Gotcha,
that's on me
gotcha.
for not describing it that well then.
Yeah,
Mm,
it's fine though.
what was another thing? Um, this was the first time we had like opposed roles, and also was the first time I asked for a professional skill that I wasn't sure that you had. How did you feel about the
Hmm.
way I handled that by just preemptively saying roll oratory? If you don't have that, then roll this.
That was good. Um,
Yeah, I didn't want to have like a back and forth of you be like, I don't have oratory. Can I roll something else? It's like stop. No.
yeah, I think that's better. Just I don't have. Shut up.
I
I'll tell you
guess
what.
because sometimes I don't want if you don't have the skill, then you can't do it, right? So like if say you don't have the mechanism skill, in that case, I think I would just say mechanisms, and then you would not have the skill, and I think that you can narrate that as like automatic failure. It's like I can't, it's
Yeah, yeah. Be like I don't know what I'm looking at. I freeze up. There's the narration.
how do you feel about the right now you people narrating their own successes?
It seems natural to me. You're the one that did the thing, so narrate your success. I very much am against a GM narrating my success for me because uh, I want to roleplay my character. The GM already gets to roleplay all the NPCs in the whole world, so
What about when you succeeded your insight roll to try to figure out what could be going on when you were in the shrine, the temple? Because I remember I said, "Oh yeah, you succeeded." And I was like wondering what you were gonna say.
that's an interesting one. Insight is so weird because despite my just saying that, like I want to describe my stuff. Despite my just saying that, I gave a bit of space to see if you're gonna say something first. Then you didn't. I'm like, okay, I'll make something up.
Yeah, I think you could have even made up a little bit more. I mean, because it's not like just because you, I mean, you succeeded in insight, so you would get something kind of right, but doesn't mean it'll be all right, you
That's
know?
true.
So I think you could have
Yeah,
gone a
that's
bit
something
further.
I practice for sure. Yeah, I always felt a bit unsure what to do with in describing my own insight roll.
Hmm.
But that'll be helpful to think about.
Yeah. Do you want to try next session of switching failures and successes, and just if you succeed, then I narrate it, and if you fail, then you narrate it?
Not really, but do you?
Okay. No. I mean, if you don't want to try, then that's fine. Um, if the NPCs fail, then you narrate it, right? Or do I narrate it? I
If an
guess
NPC fail,
I guess if it's an opposed roll, then you're the one succeeding, right? So you'll narrate that. But I would narrate my NPC's
yeah,
failures.
yeah,
Yeah. And I would also narrate
yeah,
their successes. Okay.
yeah. I think yeah, we talked about this before, right? Like, oh no, I think this was for a different game. Yeah, this is for the PvP. But yeah, I like describing my own successes and failures. GM describes their NPC successes and failures, and for opposed, it's like whoever wins.
Hmm.
That's what I. What
All right. Sounds
do you
good.
think?
There was one other thing. It sounds good. Um, there was one other thing I was trying to remember because I was thinking about it earlier, but I cannot remember what it was. I'm sure I'll remember next time. It's whatever. um,
Yeah.
but yeah, this will be fun doing the rest of the module because I mean it's just completely off the rails as it should be.
As it
We
should
don't
be.
have rails. Get them out of here. Unless we're talking
Get them.
about public transportation. I would like some rails, please. Thank you.
You have a dream.
What did you think when Kara was transformed into the white heifer? I tried to describe it that it was like young and maybe a little bit smaller so that you wouldn't think she transformed into the beast form that we had last time she transformed, when we played Meeros Falling. Did that come across, or were you worried for a second that you were about to have to fight?
I I didn't get that it was like a different form, but I was like, oh, it's shining white now, so I don't know. I guess that means she's peaceful now. I don't know. I was still being careful, but
Yeah.
like I guess it's a good sign.
All right. Nice. Well, I don't really
Yeah.
have anything else to say. It's amazing how short these sessions are. Uh,
Mhm.
even with this, I guess after action report, it's still less than an hour, 30 minutes. That's crazy.
So funny. Imagine playing for 5 hours and getting nothing done.
And opening a door.
Oh God.
Um, yeah, I think we're good. I can't really think of anything else. I'm sure after we stop the recording, I'll be like, ah, this is what I meant to do.
Yeah, I'll think of things throughout the week probably.
All right, cool. Well, you want to do a little outro?
Thanks guys for watching. We intend to keep doing this series and play through the whole module.
Honestly,
Um,
sorry to interrupt. If we get to like a point where like, okay, this module's just like completely like not even needed anymore, then maybe I'll call and be like, hey, let's just play something else now. But yeah,
oh, we'll see. Yeah, 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 yeah. It could go. We could finish the thing, or we could just end up going somewhere else, or just play a different game entirely. We'll see.
next session
But
opens. Lucius is in prison, sentenced to life. The end.
the end.
He tries to escape. Death sentence. Dead. All right, the end.
The end. He, that boy was too bright.
That
He
boy did
didn't
his
last.
best. Turns out his best was trash.
Oh yes.
All right. Well, like and subscribe. Tell your family about us uh, at the dinner table. I know that El Mapache or the elf hunter. He's not gonna say anything about it, so I will.
Yeah. Tell your grandma.
Tell your
Whatever.
grandma.
All right. Thanks, guys.